Welcome back, Renegade Podcast. Today we're going to be checking out a clip of Kwame Brown talking to a guy who knows coding. So yeah, let's get right into it.
Wrong people. What up, bro? Hold on. Let me mute my YouTube. I wanted to ask you, what gave you this thought to promote coding? Like, why, when did that, because I code. So I wanted to ask you, because you promote coding and trades. And I consider both of those things Stone Age technologies that Black people are already too late on. And it's not going to be a benefit right now. Because coders now, that's the back end of programming. It's the developers and engineers who create, they do the problem solving. And at the last minute, once the problem is actually solved, they give it to the coders and say, code this for me real quick. And coding changes so fast. I started off coding with Objective-C. Objective-C, all of a sudden, in literally 30 days, switched over to Swift. All the developers said, we're no longer using Objective-C, we're switching over to Swift.
Can you explain Objective-C for the people that don't know like me?
Objective-C is just a coding language. So when you're dealing with coding, you have Python, you have Swift, you have Objective-C. These are all different languages that coders use. Coding is really like the baggers at Walmart. That's what coding is.
So, and so you just answered the question that you just answered what I was going to say.
But I was asking you, because you said we need to put coding in schools.
Yeah.
I say what's going to happen if we start putting coding in schools. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen, because Silicon Valley is already doing it. Silicon Valley, what they're doing right now is they're promoting all these coding programs just to get a quick buck. And they know that coding changes every year. New developers come out with better coding every year. So let's say if what they can do is they can start pushing Objective-C in Black schools. And Black students may start thinking that they're learning coding, right? But Swift may be the new language. Or over here, these big tech companies, they may be using Python. So how are we it's gonna be learning the coding language is great. That's the easy part. But what these Black kids need to learn, they need to be learning how to be the developers, to give the coding to people who know how to code. The coding is the easy part. The problem solving is the hard part. The engineers, the mechanical engineers, the electrical engineers. So that's why I push back against your idea of saying we need coding in schools, because you can teach your kid coding over the summer in 3 months. We don't need it in schools when we can just teach it in 3 months to our kids at home.
Right, what do you say we?
I'm saying all of us, the whole community, everybody. Because my dad.
Hold on, wait. Let me push back on some stuff that you're saying, because you asked the question and I wasn't allowed to answer anything yet. We have Black children that's reading on the 4th grade reading level.
Yes.
So now you're saying that the kids that are reading on the 4th grade reading level, so clearly they're not being taught by someone. But now all of a sudden you're expecting these parents to be able to teach them coding. But most of the parents don't know. Instead of pushing back on the coding ideal, if you have more experience in that area, why don't you just add the engineering side so they can know how to code and engineer?
Great part about coding that the parents don't know how to code, because you can sit your kid in front of a $99 coding program and say, this is what we'll teach you, even if the parent is not fully versed in it. And the programs are so well adapted that even parents can learn it. So if a parent wants to learn it, they can maybe spend the $99, learn it themselves, and then when the kid starts to learn it, they can help the kid along the way. So it's going to be a multi-layered effort.
Most of these kids are being born with single mothers. They don't have $99. They don't have $99 for coding. Hold on, sir. They don't have $99 for coding, and that's our government's job, to teach them things that they can use in their life. They can use more, even though you might not agree that they don't need coding. But they need coding more than they need to know about Christopher fucking Columbus. There's things that they're teaching our kids in schools that doesn't help. And I also said trades. So if it's my belief that coding, computer skills, because everything is going to the computer, and designing whatever you need, and also trades. Our young males used to be able to have skills. They used to be able to build homes. You can't control a group of men if they have skills.
That's fact.
I was raised around these men. So we can agree to disagree on the coding. What is your ideal about the trades?
With trades, so again, For me, and I tell this to my subscribers as well. Trading is great. It's a great idea. Let's say if I'm dealing with an 18-year-old getting out of prison and he needs something immediate to start making money. But what you say is, let's focus on the kids. That means we're talking 20, 30, 40 years from now.
No, I'm not. I'm talking right now.
Okay, right now.
This is the thing. We already had these programs in schools. This is what I'm saying.
Removed from schools. Yes.
All right. So what I'm saying is not new.
From my high school.
Not reinventing the wheel.
And
I spoke to the elders, and they all agreed that men were better men. Men led more. I agree. They were stronger. So there's no need to push back on something. We can prove it with the numbers.
You got to let me finish my thought first, because what I'm saying.
You talking while I'm talking. I ain't talking none while you was talking. Okay. You asked a never-ending question. It's almost like you're trying to push an agenda. Because I never heard someone say, "Let me ask you a question," and then go on to explain coding, break it down, and then tell me why they push back against it. And I have never got to say anything yet.
But you're pushing coding, and coding is the bad boy of programming. So
okay, so why don't you push it on your page in a better way than I do? Instead of coming up here with an agenda. And so you have a nice day, sir. I don't like people that overtalk people like the way you do.
Wow, that's crazy. And all the dude basically was saying was coding is not going to be a benefit for black people. Like, we already late to the party. He said coding is the back end of programming. Like, that's all he was saying. Kwame should have been listening. He said he's a coder. You ain't a coder. So you should be doing more listening instead of more talking than listening. Then he asked, can you explain Objective-C? And start laughing. Like, see, like you don't even know the basics of coding. Don't even know the basics of coding and thinking it's a joke, but you out here pushing coding so hard for everybody. Like, and didn't even go learn the basics for yourself. That's your main thing, pushing coding. And if he would have learned the basics, he would have knew what Objective-C was. Instead of acting like he caring about coding and fronting. He basically was saying, like, if they ever put coding in school for black kids, like, we gonna think we learning something, but they gonna change the coding on us. They gonna give us that and think we gonna do something with that and get out in the real world and they using some whole different language. He talking about we needed coding in schools. And the dude was like, you don't need coding in school to learn for the whole year. All you need is 3 months over the summer. You can learn it real fast, simple. You don't need the whole school year to learn coding. Kwame Brown always saying black children reading at a 4th grade reading level. Like all black children is reading at 4th grade reading levels. Like you in junior high school reading at a 4th grade reading level. Like, what the hell wrong with him? He gonna say you expect the parents to teach coding. Most of them don't even know coding. Yeah, just like you. And you the one pushing coding so damn hard. You need to go learn it. Even a little bit of it, the basics. Like, you ain't even trying to go do that. He came back smooth when he came back smooth on Kwame. Oh yeah, what you gotta do is pay up for $100 course. That's what you gotta do. And you and your child can learn it together. Simple. That's a good deal for you and your kid to be able to learn something. That's great. You gonna say what Kwame said? Oh, most of these parents don't got $100. Man, you better stop that lying, man. He always playing stupid. Like, he loved doing that shit, playing dumb. Most kids don't got $100. I mean, most parents don't got $100. People waste $100 on dumb shit all the time. Jordans, Nikes, all kind of dumb shit. They got $100 for the coding, so he know, like, he just playing dumb. Then he gonna be like, oh, it's the white man's job to to teach us coding in the school. But he always talking shit about the white man all the time. But want to turn around and ask him for help. Like, why would he help you if you saying he oppressing you all the time? Why the hell would he turn around and help you, dummy? Like, that don't make no sense. Yeah, you oppressing me. I don't like you. I hate you. They turn around, yo, can you help me with this coding? Like, you sound dumb. He been talking a lot of shit about the white man lately. Ain't that the same white man who gave you $60 million? White man wasn't so bad then, huh? But now all of a sudden he's so bad years later. Like, come on. What Kwame said? Oh yeah, we could disagree on the coding. What you think about the trade schools? Trying to switch the narrative because son done baked him on the coding because Kwame didn't know what he was talking about. What you think about the trade schools? He was like, even trades is some Stone Age stuff. It's cool for young people, but that nigga always be saying, yeah, I spoke to the elders. I spoke to the elders. What elders? What elders you spoke to? He loves saying that shit. I spoke to the elders. Man, we don't want to hear that dumb shit. Always saying that shit. Yeah, then it was crazy when he said, oh, it seemed like the coder dude asked a never-ending question. And it seems like he pushing an agenda. Asked a never-ending question? What? Nigga sound crazy. Oh, man. What's crazy is the dude didn't get disrespectful. He ain't get loud. He ain't turn up. He ain't call him out his name or nothing. He was talking to him nice and calm and cool, like regular. He really just kicked him off because Kwame didn't know what he was talking about. And the dude made him look bad. That's what really was going on. He really kicked him off because Kwame didn't know what he was talking about, and the dude made him look bad. That's what really was going on. You're already looking bad during your whole little mini debate, and you kicking him off, that made yourself look even worse. Like, if he would have got disrespectful, that's another thing. Yeah, you could have kicked him off, yeah. I wouldn't even blame you for kicking him off. He would have turned up on you, got disrespectful. He ain't do none of that. You kicked him off, like, just because he made you look bad, basically. That's crazy. Yeah, let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Who was right? Think the coder dude was right, or you think Kwame was right? And like the video. Definitely share the video. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.